The Dating Show, brought to you by olderdatingonline.com.
Now, have we got a guest today, Debbie?
Yes, we have indeed.
We've got a sort of world-leading expert.
Yes, that's how she's described.
Yes, and also the bitch with the heart.
Yeah, she does. She was friendly, actually.
She's scaring me already.
Is she?
When I look at people, I look at some people and look at them a bit like the weather. Now, I would describe you as a nice sort of gentle, warm breeze.
Oh, I like that.
Blowing into the room. I would look at myself and sort of probably say I was a sort of grumpy, grey little cloud in the corner. Now, this woman, she is a hurricane.
Oh, yeah.
She is a storm, isn't she?
I would say.
She would, when she comes into a room, I imagine everything stands still and the world evolves around this woman.
Yes.
Would you not agree?
Yes.
Now, we're talking to Kezia Noble. Now, she's a celebrity dating coach for men and apparently has helped over 18,000 men on dating. Now, you spoke to her and this is how it went.
The Dating Show, brought to you by olderdatingonline.com.
Can you tell me, how can a man get a woman into bed?
First of all, men need to be clear that if they want to stand a chance, they have to make impact with a woman. A lot of guys just think that if they go up to a woman and they just have like a really polite chit-chat conversation, that at some point she's going to say, oh, he's such a nice guy, I've just got to sleep with him. That's not the case. Women don't sleep with men because he's a nice guy or because he was nodding his head. She wants a man who makes impact, who stands away from the crowd and who can connect with her and also challenge her and keep her on her toes, because women do like an element of drama. They find it attractive with a man.
Yeah, I would agree with that. What about commitment?
If a guy is, very willing to get into a relationship very, very quickly, the chase isn't there. It's not so exciting. It's the guy who has issues with committing. He's always going to be the one that presents a challenge. He's always going to be the one that the woman is going to be trying to get. It's always like our notch on our bedpost is to get the guy to tame him, to make him forsake all the other women for us.
So it's a little bit of a reversal, because it used to be that the man liked the chase, but now you're saying actually women like the chase too.
I believe that men like the chase to get the woman into bed. The more that a girl says no, the more that she makes him wait, the more interested he is in her. Whereas women, they're more interested in the guy who they have to work at to create a relationship with. No one really wants the guy who's like, yep, I just want to get into a relationship, because it doesn't make us feel special. It means that he's just looking for a relationship and he doesn't mind who his leading lady is. We want to be the leading lady that he's always been waiting, holding out for.
Ah, yes, that sounds good. So can you tell me things women are really looking for in a man?
Well, first of all, they're looking for a man who's unapologetic. It's extremely important. A lot of men, they feel ashamed about what they do or where they are in life, where they are on the career ladder. They feel ashamed about talking to a woman. The guy is really unapologetic about where he is, what he wants, where he's going in life. Actually comes across it comes across that he has very high confidence. So that's the first thing. Secondly, a man has to know what he wants. Women are attracted to a man who knows what he wants, not has a vague idea of what he wants. No one wants to go out with a guy who says, I'm looking for a girl with a nice smile and a happy-go-lucky attitude. It doesn't make us feel very special. Third one is that women want to make connection with a guy. This does not mean that they want to share commonality. They don't need to necessarily both like doing the same activities. They don't both have to like the same type of pet. Connection is about just realizing that the other person has passions, has aspirations, and so do you, and just being able to talk about those aspirations and passions and fears and dislikes and opinions on a much deeper level than a surface level. The fourth one is a woman does want a man to take the lead. And I don't mean a control freak telling them what to do, but we do want a man who has the ability to surprise us and say, you know what, tonight I've booked a restaurant and this is where we're going. Something on these lines. We want the man to not always say, what do you want to do? What do you think we should do? We don't desire needy men. So it can be extended to the point where he can actually be in charge, as in where we're going, what we're going to do that day, just to add an element of surprise to the relationship. Fifth one, women want a man who has a sense of mystery. And this is quite interesting. Although we say, we want to know exactly where he is, what he's doing, who he's speaking to, the moment he starts revealing everything to the woman, he becomes too transparent. It becomes a little bit boring. We don't want to second guess everything he's going to do. And it keeps us on his toes. So maybe one evening he doesn't pick up his phone. The reason why women cheat on men is usually not because he's done something wrong. It's usually because she becomes bored. Usually that's the reason why she either cheats on him or she gets rid of him, because he starts becoming boring and predictable. Women do need that drama. They need that element of surprise. And sometimes he has to play these little games in order to keep the fire burning.
Right. Well, actually, that sounds accurate. Yes, I agree.
What I teach is not orthodox. It's not something which is going to make people smile. It's not going to make people go, yeah, that sounds really good. No, it's something that works. That's a big difference. There's a dark element to game, a dark side to it, and it is needed.
Well, that was Kezia Noble. You can find out more about her if you go to kezianoble.com. She also writes books and organises boot camps, Debbie.
Boot camps?
Boot camps for men. I'd like to meet her, actually. I think I could set her a bit of a challenge.
I think you could, Rod. Yes.
I think,
See her right.
Teach her a few things.
Yes, indeed.
What do you think about what she had to say?
Well, I think we've said before that confidence is a big attractor factor, but there's a fine line, I think, between...
What? An attractor factor?
Yes. But there's a fine line between overconfidence, which is a cover-up for feeling not so sure, and real self-assurance. And that's what you want, real self-assurance and a calm, kind of relaxed man who knows where he's at.
Yeah, and a bit of mystery as well.
Yeah, that's what she was saying, mystery. We don't want boring. But she didn't mention love, did she?
And we don't need needy either, do we?
Oh,
needy men.
Who wants a needy man?
You don't want a needy man. Thanks very much to Kezia Noble.
The Dating Show, brought to you by olderdatingonline.com.